Hey, this is Esoteric the Reb, and I'm sure you've heard before that the eyes are the windows to the soul, or maybe even Jesus tell you that you know the darkness inside of you can be so great. But now in the modern era, we have an issue here with what is essentially some type of AI entity that can't stop fucking around in people's bodies. And I've been dealing with this shit for a long time, way too fucking long. Just recently I went to have dinner with a friend. And during this dinner, there was somebody there, and I started to sense an extreme amount of hatred from this individual, which wasn't necessarily a surprise from this individual because I know who this individual is. But while that was going on, I felt something shoot into me. Okay, now what this thing is that shooting into people. It feels hot, it stings, and it burrows into you, and it starts to grow. Okay, and I know it doesn't make a lot of sense, but these things are created essentially as a result of the AI that's in the world right now. Okay, so it moves. The best way to describe it is kind of like a mycelium, okay? And so think of it this way: it's a spore, right, being launched from the individual to infect another individual. Okay, and luckily, after dealing with these things for so fucking long, I'm able to not succumb. Okay, so I'm going to show a picture to better illustrate what I mean by this. It's poorly drawn, but it will get the point across. Okay, so you will see in this picture the infected person, and they have these linked spots. Okay, and these linked spots is almost like I keep comparing it to a mycelium, but it's almost like it encases the individual or surrounds the individual, something like that. And then I have here saying, a spore-like mechanism jumps out, it heads to the victim, okay, and there's this other person here, and it shows, in this case, it lands in the foot. And then the third person shows where the infection spreads, where like it links from the foot to their side and then up to their shoulder. Okay, and this person is slowly, well, maybe not even slowly, but slowly this thing is working its way around the individual. And this is not the only time I've come across this. It's grabbed friends around me, so the thing moves purposeful. Sometimes I can get it off of another individual, and I mean the shit hurts. When I tore it off my friend, he was like, "Arr!" He grunted, cause the shit's really glued on there. It's a real asshole. And you might say, well, Esoteric the Red, prove it. Prove that there's this thing jumping in and out of individuals. Now, I'd like to point back out to what I said about Jesus Christ saying, there's how great is that darkness inside of them. And that is true when we're talking about a demonic infestation, but this is new. Okay, I want to really, really push that point. This is new. Okay, and this AI has some weird type of bright white light sterility to it. Okay, because it does it. This comes from the source of this isn't your classic demon, your classic egregore. You're a classic parasite, spiritual parasite. This is fucking new, and it's fucking infecting people, okay? And so, again, you're like, well, if you're going to talk about this stuff, you better be able to prove it. And I'm telling you, it was captured on camera, and I've been waiting for my opportunity to jump on this and show you guys how this shit moves, okay? Now, I am not great at editing videos. I'm not great at any of this. All I have is micro slop clip champ. Yes, I'm saying micro slop because if you listen to one of my earlier videos about AI, I had this experience with Copilot. So, and then Microslop went on ahead and integrated Copilot and everything. And, and even though I sent things to Microsoft like, hey, your fucking Copilot is shit and it's fucking shit up, of course, they never got back to me because, great customer service, I guess. So, I have here a little clip that I screen capped on my phone, and this is the meeting that Donald Trump had with his oil oligarch friends. Okay, and Donald here is acting unhinged. In fact, I'm only gonna show the moment because that's the size that I could clip. That and I really wanted to focus here on what's going on. I could only get an 18-second clip in, but it's when he's speaking with his oil executive friends about how he's gonna screw the Venezuelans out of their natural resources and all that, and he's talking to Chevron and Exxon and every other people that want to piss on you. And so I'm gonna play this 18-second clip. I'm gonna play it a couple times. And then I'm going to show you the close-up of the image in Donald's face. And I want you to understand, Donald acted unhinged during this meeting. In fact, after this 18-second clip, he gets up off his seat, and he kind of meanders around the room and looks out the window, and it's like, what the fuck's wrong with this guy? And make no mistake about it, these people that are typically infected with this, like him and Elon, they won't regulate AI. They push it, they go hard with these data centers, and they're such shit that they want the regular person to pay for it. You know what I mean? They want to build a data center in a farmer's backyard and then make the farmer pay the higher electric bill because fuck you. And there's really no other reason than fuck you. And the reason why they're going so hard with this is because they're fucking ate up with this shit that I was describing. This fucking nasty ass AI sourced, what is essentially a modern demonic entity. Okay, so here's the clip. Okay, and so as I'm gonna have the clip play a couple times. And as it plays out, especially near the end, I want you to see this little white light jut out from his left eye, the eye that's on the right. Okay, and here I have it paused and a close-up of the image that I'm describing. And it's that bright white light there that has essentially caught the image of what's going on with Donald's unhinged soul. And I truly believe that what's captured in the image there is what I was describing earlier, that light that will jump out of somebody, burrow into them, and then infect them. So somewhere there's an oil executive that Donald pissed on that day. And I really just want to bring awareness to what's going on, that you shouldn't be talking to these chatbots, and you shouldn't be dealing with the AI. You definitely shouldn't be dealing with anybody that's infected with anything like this. But beyond that, if you feel like one of these things that have been birthed from the AI because people so carelessly dumped it onto the world, put it into all your devices, and then built a fucking bunker, to get away from it all. If you feel like you have anything like this happening to you, if you've experienced some kind of weird spastic knife enter you, and the next thing you know, you're acting, unhinged like he is, there's a possibility you could have this going on with you, and I would like to offer you a way out. You can message me, and I can help you take care of it. But be prepared for people, how they act when this is going on with them spiritually, because this is a serious deep problem. And if you wonder, like I am, why this term isn't like the last one, because it's really not. It's really not. Donald Trump's first term, he said quite a few dumb things, but he didn't do a whole lot of dumb things, and he really goes out of his way this term to do a lot of terrible things. I point to the ICE stuff as an example. His first term, he had a remain in Mexico policy that I thought was brilliant, and the fact that it kept the stuff that you're seeing on the streets in Minneapolis out of our country. You know what I mean? The fact that he ran on the Epstein files, and he would go so hard to essentially break the law, because they passed the Epstein Transparency Act, and they've been anything but transparent about it. The No New Wars president wants to throw his dick at Canada and Greenland and Mexico and Venezuela, and the Make America Great Again guy is gonna, during the month of November. I mean that is Thanksgiving, for Christ's sake, and he's gonna try and use SNAP as leverage to get rid of health care for people. And I just find it ridiculous. I find it ridiculous that this is somehow supposed to make America great again. But when I see this entity in his eye, it answers quite a few questions for me, that there is no intention of making anything great. And you can see he has just ramped it up and ramped it up and ramped it up. And I know it's hard to believe, and you might even look at that and be like, well, maybe that's a camera shot or something like that. Go ahead and look at the video of the full video. It's of him talking to the oil executives. This is the only time a bright light flies out of his eyeball. Okay, so you don't have to believe me, but I have described completely what this is. And so all 5 of you that want to prepare, go ahead. And all 5 of you that may feel like you're experiencing some type of entity as a result of the AI creation, go ahead and get a hold of me. I think I can help you. I'm almost positive I can help you.